I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Hulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM, it rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Amrita Priyadarshini and this is FPC News. Tonight, Fiji is successful in COP23 presidential bid. Australian tourist arrivals threatened. And WOW's campaign crosses initial fundraising target. Fiji has become the first Pacific Island nation to be given the responsibility of presiding the United Nations Conference on Climate Change. In accepting the presidency of COP23 to be held in Bonn, Germany next year, Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama reiterated his call to the United States of America to show leadership on the issue of climate change. Savara Tambua has more.
There's no doubt that other nations are confident of Fiji taking the lead role in hosting COP23, a feat that, according to Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama, is humbling. Bainimarama says Fiji will do everything in its power to fulfill its duty to place climate change at the top of the agenda.
As President of COP23, we will use this platform to continue to press for deeper cuts in carbon emissions to reduce global warming even further, and to counter the rising sea levels and extreme weather events that threaten the very existence of some nations. We will also do everything we can to lobby the industrial countries who are responsible for these emissions to allocate adequate funding in the form of grants.
The Prime Minister has also reiterated his call to US President-elect Donald Trump to abandon his current position that man-made climate change is a hoax.
As the second biggest carbon emitter on Earth, the United States must take responsibility for contributing to our collective response to this crisis and show leadership at this critical stage. We in the Pacific, in common with the whole world, look to America for their leadership and for its engagement and assistance on climate change.
Bainimarama has thanked all Asia-Pacific nations for giving Fiji the opportunity to show leadership for the presiding over COP23. He has pledged that Fiji will do its best to draw global attention to climate change. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
Fiji has the potential to become a regional hub for solar development, says Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama. He made the comment while signing the framework agreement on the International Solar Alliance in Morocco. This agreement will give Fiji greater access to solar financing, technologies, research and development opportunities, as well as capacity building programs. Bainimarama says as one of the founding members of the ISA, Fiji recognizes the importance of advancing solar technology as an alternative to burning of fossil fuels. He adds this agreement will help lay the foundation for Fiji to take full part in the global solar revolution and give Fijians improved access to one of the fastest growing forms of renewable energy on the planet. Following the signing, Bainimarama also held talks with the Indian Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, during which he reaffirmed Fiji's commitment to international cooperation on solar development. Now, Fiji is becoming too expensive for the average Australian, claims Fiji Australia Business Council President. While speaking to FBC News, Dave Adney says Fiji needs to be careful or else it will lose tourists to Bali, Indonesia. Pranita Prakash reports.
Australia is currently making up for 48.9% of Fiji's visitor arrivals. According to the Fiji Bureau of Statistics, there was a drop in arrivals by 3.9% for September.
We've got to ask ourselves why. We've got daily flights, some twice daily. You've got Virgin, Jetstar. You've got more flights coming in and out. But What I'm hearing is that Fiji's starting to become a little too expensive for the average Australian visiting here. A lot of people complain about the 25% tax that's added on to all your bills.
Sito says Indonesia is looking more attractive in terms of prices as they are more competitive.
We are losing our market share to some extent to some of the cheaper Asian destinations. We would like to see that the visitor arrival numbers increase, but having said that, what also makes up the value of the tourism industry is also the length of stay and the spend per day.
Sito explained while Fiji may be losing visitor arrivals to cheaper destinations, the length of stay and spending per day makes up for the losses. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The Land Transport Authority should have a new Chief Executive Officer by the end of January at the latest. LTA Board Chair Vijay Maharaj says they have received a large number of applications which are being looked at. The position was left vacant following the resignation of Naisa Tunadeva in September.
We have had a lot of interest. We have had over 60 or 70, close to 80 applications, a lot of from overseas. And KPMG is handling that part of the process. And they're trying to shortlist it. A lot of them don't have that kind of qualification that we want. But we hope to get somebody on board by early or late January, a new CEO, to take charge.
Damodar Group Chief Executive Div Damodar's WOWS campaign has raised more money than what was initially targeted. Damodar was among a few others who converged at Damodar City today to shave their heads to create awareness on cancer and raise funds for children suffering from cancer. Anna Ravulo has more.
All for a good cause. Div Damodar was among others who have been campaigning for the last few months to raise money for children living with cancer. Today's Save It or Shave event was the culmination of that campaign.
When we first launched this in June, and it's been 5 months, and I said, look, I'm going to go out there and raise this maximum money. We did set a budget, we did set a target, and we crossed it 2 weeks ago.
Damodar says he will release the actual amount raised next week. He has also vowed to continue being part of the annual campaign for the sake of children in Fiji living with cancer. There was no shortage of support as young and old, men and women, stepped up to the stage to have their heads shaved, signifying their support towards this worthy cause.
I actually lost someone very close in my family who was a baby, so that's why I'm doing this for today.
It's time that we should not be selfish. We should always think about each other.
But I just couldn't stand Samantha sitting here alone, so I'm doing this for her as well.
WOWS founder Sina Kami was overwhelmed with the support, saying the money raised will go a long way in trying to give some level of comfort to children who are suffering because of cancer.
We support the children and we give them food vouchers every week, and that's like $50 a week. And we also provide for the phone cards. If the medicine runs out from the hospital, then the WOWS fund to help to provide the medicine from outside. Right?
Kami says they also help families who need to transport their children to hospital and back.
Close to 20 people came today to shave their heads to raise funds for children with cancer in the Central Division and also the Western Division. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Coming up on FBC News, Nazat Shamim becomes first Fijian to be appointed to the UNITA Board of Trustees. And 50 years on, Castaway celebrates anniversary. Stay with us.
Mrs. Manin Rabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatupula. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Golaganaka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Point Resort, and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Wotoka. I like Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back to FBC News. Fiji's permanent representative to the United Nations in Geneva, Nazat Shamim Khan, has been appointed as a member of the Board of Trustees of United Nations Institute for Training and Research. Khan is the first Fijian to be appointed to the UNITA Board of Trustees. Ambassador Khan has chaired the Friends of UNITA, a body which supports and enhances the work of UNITA in Geneva for the past year. She also attended the 57th session of the Board of Trustees in Geneva. Social Democratic Liberal Party leader Sitiveni Rabuka has called for extensive consultations on the Rotuma Bill and the Rotuma Land Bill of 2015. While presenting Sudelpa's submission to the Standing Committee on Social Affairs, Rabuka says government should let the people of Rotuma freely decide on whether to consent to the new law. Rabuka says it will be a breach of human rights if consultations are not done.
To do otherwise would be to be in breach of their fundamental human rights, including a breach of their rights as indigenous peoples, as recognized in international law, treaties and declarations like the UNDRIP and ILO 169.
The Castaway Island Resort welcomed VIP guests and government delegates to its 50th anniversary celebrations yesterday. The resort began operations in 1966, and now Pranita Prakash tells us more.
Chief Guest and Minister for Tourism, Fayaz Koya, says the resort's celebration is special for the tourism industry as it marks half a century of Castaway delivering the authentic Fijian holiday experience.
Castaway is now one of the jewels in the crown of the Outrigger Group, with 64 buoys accommodating close to about 300 guests at any one time. And a staggering 40% of these are repeat visitors. For a global industry as competitive as ours, this is truly a remarkable achievement.
The minister says in the last 50 years of operations, the resort has survived many disasters and was not spared by Cyclone Winston. Despite the hurdles, the resort bounced back strongly.
The resort bounced back stronger than Winston, with a $5 million facelift and opening of its doors to guests just a mere 4 months after the devastation left behind by Winston. Castaway is an award-winning resort, bagging multiple national and international accolades over the years.
Resort manager Stephen Andrews says this was a very special time for the resort and its staff, who have remained resilient throughout the years.
50 years is a special achievement, I would say, for any organization. For us, it reiterates the resilience of our resort, considering the very competitive environment we do business in. It shows we have, as a company and a resort, to be able to survive through the economic crises and also the natural disasters like the recent cyclone. It also shows the popularity of the resort amongst our visitors, and above all, shows the resilience of our staff.
Meanwhile, the tourism minister says there is a strong growth outlook projected from the Asia-Pacific travel industry in the coming years, and his ministry will continue to work with industry partners. The tourism industry contributed 29.4% to the country's GDP last year, with total foreign earnings standing at $1.6 billion. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
A family of 6 from Senganga are counting their lucky stars after narrowly escaping death when the 3-ton truck they were travelling in veered off the road and tumbled. Dharam Raj and his family were driving to Savusavu from Senganga when the brakes failed along the Trininsular Road. His wife and their 9-year-old son were in the passenger seat, the other 3 in the tray of the truck. The children were visibly shaken, and the FBC News team helped transport them back to their home in Senganga. The accident happened a few kilometers past Loloma village.
When I put the brake on my pedal brake, then can't talk. Then I make to the side to save my side, save the truck and motorcycle.
3 bridges on Ovalau that were in various stages of deterioration are being replaced. Work on the Vuma, Nesongo and Market bridges is expected to take 10 months to complete. When finished, the new Market bridge will be similar in appearance as the existing structure. Foundation work is underway for the Vuma bridge, while a temporary bridge is being prepared for the Nesongo side. Motorists are urged to follow the traffic safety signs installed at work sites and to exercise caution, as heavy machinery is often present at the locations. Coming up in sports after the break, Bula FM Mars Volleyball tourney hails a success. And the latest from the Pacific Cup. Stay with us for this and more.
My name is Siobhan. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Milty FM.
क्योंकि मिर्ची FM is number 1 in music. मिर्ची FM is hot.
I am सुरेश चंद वैतुरी नसूरी से बोलता हूँ। जैसे आँख खुलती है मिर्ची FM मुझे मस्त कर देती है।
I am Viren from Zambula. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Rizwan Khan.
Hi, and my name is Mohammed Sufyan. Batu Bahe and Mirchi FM, it's hot.
My name is Vishal Maharaj. I'm working for National Council as a market master. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome to FBC Sports. The test match against England tomorrow for the Vodafone Flying Fijians will be a lot different for many reasons. The Vodafone Fiji residents team beat the England Community Lions side 19-12 at Lawanga Park today. Fiji won the three-match series 2-0 as the first match ended in a draw. Here are the highlights.
It is Chobilisi Nangitawa. That was a smart play. Tough little kid. Here comes Pioseli. He found. Seems like it's going to be a 70-meter try from Pioseli. Little. To Micheli, to Ibori, and then to Chobilisi Nangitawa. Chobilisi, that was a smart play from the Fiji resident side. Rojangoro, shot it back. Pass it to Pioseli, the big number 12, and registered another try. Now they're trying and trying. Looks like they're going to score a try. Score a try. The English Community Lions.
The 9th annual Bula FM Morris Volleyball Tournament finished on a high note in Suva today. 32 teams took part in the two-day event, which organizers say has been very successful. Rohit Deo with the story.
Another year and another successful tournament.
Well, we've received a lot of positive comments from the players and management that will give them the opportunity to showcase their talent indoor. Previously we used to have games outside in the car park.
This year was the first time all games were played indoors, and organizers say this has been a plus for the players.
Yesterday and today, the level of competition is quite high. But as I said, the Morris Volleyball, we are here to assist the Fiji Volleyball in hosting this tournament, so that we have to sustain this level of competition.
The tournament celebrates its 10th year anniversary next year, and organizers are already looking at plans to mark this milestone achievement.
Well, we are planning something special next year, 10 years. We are so thankful for our major sponsor, Bull FM. And next year we are still under contract to Bull FM. So we are going to throw something special, especially to the players, the teams, and main thing of all, to our spectators who are always there to support us.
Winners shared $25,000 in prize money in this year's tournament. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Suva 1 took out the Central Division Chow Games in Suva today. Suva 1 finished the two-day competition with 22 gold, 17 silver and 18 bronze medals, while Veut, the primary school, scooped 19 gold, 15 silver and 10 bronze medals to finish second. Suva 1 won the boys division with 15 gold, 8 silver and 5 bronze medals, while Veut, the primary, finished top of the girls division with 16 gold, 10 silver and 5 bronze medals. The Suva football side will join the USA All-Stars in the semi-finals of the Pacific Cup tournament underway in Nandi. The capital city side edged Auckland All-Stars 1-0 in their last pool match to top their pool, while the Americans finished second. Sekenasa Rakiria scored the lone goal for the Whites. Capital Force and Western Zenits have all but booked a final showdown in Digicel Punja's Super League Netball Series. Capital Force came out firing to trounce the Satellite Divas 59-20 in the feature game of Round 4 at Lawanga Park today. The Force remain unbeaten and lead the points table with a better goal difference. The Western Zenits needed a late surge to defeat Chisoko Plateaus 44-38 in a thrilling contest after trailing 16-19 at halftime. The Zenits are also unbeaten in the Super League. The final round of games will be held in Suva next Saturday. The Perth Glory football side came from a goal down to beat Adelaide United 3-1 in the Hyundai A-League last night. The New Zealand rugby side has all to play for when they take on Ireland tomorrow morning. It is 1 year since the passing away for rugby legend John Olomu, with the earthquake adding to the pain on New Zealanders. Bayern Lambasa played to a 1-1 draw earlier today. The Northerners were down to 9 players in the second spell with 2 red cards. Here are the highlights.
Is Lambasa, they float another high one, Leonen Damundamu, and they're holding on. Is given a penalty. Ilisoni Langivao to take the penalty for the Lambasa side. Ilisoni takes his run, places it, and Ilisoni Langivao has put Lambasa up by 1-0. Narendra with the kick, the header through, and the header by Suliano Tawanakoro has made this game into an interesting encounter now. He gets his break here, and a foul by Leki Mangone Rao, and it'll be a red card, a blow to Lambasa. A blow to Lambasa, Rabui Wasa, and a wild kick by Lolai Balu on that far side. And on Lolai Balu is on a yellow, and he gets the red card also.
Sunny conditions were experienced Fiji-wide today, but that turned a little chilly as cloud and rain covered the country. Now, no surprises with the temperature chart tonight, as Suva was the coolest today at 28 degrees, while Lambasa was the warmest at 33. For tomorrow, you can expect more of the same weather conditions as today, with clear skies in the morning but rain in the afternoon. Looking towards the start of next week, cloudy periods with some showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands are expected. Elsewhere, it should be fine apart from afternoon or evening showers and thunderstorms. South to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas, and moderate to heavy southerly swells are expected as well. Recapping the main stories, Fiji becomes the first Pacific Island nation to preside over the United Nations Conference on Climate Change to be held in Bonn and Germany next year. Fiji Australia Business Council says Fiji is becoming too expensive for Australian tourists. And WOW's campaign crosses initial fundraising target. For these stories and others, you can always tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. We move on to our poll question. This week we are asking, is social media becoming a problem for Fiji? To answer, visit our FBC website. Now you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizens@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, and if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us those news tips at FBC News or simply #FBC News. That was News Tonight. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. Good evening.
Nimbul binak. Datang gole apa ni? Liknitang. Ando talitak na barong. Ena radio Fiji 1. Ando may biti na bongan Penian.
Sava labina. Wiada Welenani Weningolo. Uga tormay na koroi sasa. Labing kotang-kotang kita umatan. Mantola biana radio Fiji 1. Ako gawano nga biana news.
Ni sampula na elang ko apini sarat may koro ena kasi. Au do bagarong ena radio Fiji 1 bongan Penian.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nandu may biti na bongan ni Penian.